Alright, so you want to learn how to use DeepSeek, and I am going to teach you everything that you need to know in order to use DeepSeek effectively. Now, there's two different ways that you can go about actually using it. So you can either download it and install it locally on your machine, and that way you don't have to use the internet, you can use it whenever you want to. Or number two, which I'm going to assume most of you guys are here for, is that you can just go to the website and use it. So as you can see on my screen right here, we're on the deepseek.com website. If you don't know how to get here, I don't know what to tell. I'll link it in the description to make it a bit easier, but if you can't get here, you probably shouldn't be using the internet at all. I don't know what to tell you. So there's two different ways that you can sign up. Number one, it's the same as really any other sign up subscription, whatever you want to call it. You can use an email address and a password, or number two, you can log in with your Google account. So I'm just going to log in with my Google account. That's what I always do. It's what I'm going to continue to do. You can do whatever you want to do though. Before I get into it though, shameless plug, join the Discord. I have a free community linked in the description below. If you guys have any other questions, you can't seem to figure it out for whatever reason, ask me in the community. I'll answer every single question that you guys might have. So let's get back to it. I'm going to log in and I'll catch you guys once we're on the inside. All right, so we're now inside DeepSeek, but before we start, typing and hacking into the mainframe of the government, let's actually explain a few ground rules and foundational things that you guys will need to understand if you want to use the software effectively. So this is going to be like bare minimum basics. If you already know this stuff, then skip ahead. But if not, I'm going to go ahead and explain literally everything. So number one, on the left, we have a toolbar or a sidebar, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, this button right here extends it and detracts it. You've got a new chat, so let's just click start a new chat and let's just say hi, just so you can see, okay, we've said hi, and then all of your new chats will show up in the sidebar that I just mentioned. If you want to, you can click the three dots, you can rename it, you can delete it. We're not going to do either because we're going to end up using this chat, obviously. Number two, or whatever, I'm not even going to count. We have a get app section. If you want to use it on your mobile device, you can do everything that you can do on your PC on your mobile. So if you prefer that, then go use it on that. Then down below, we've got my profile. I've got a couple different options here. First of all, where it says your name, I'm just using Brand Boost AI. If you click this, it'll take you to the same section that it takes you to with settings. So we're just going to click settings, and then you've got two different widgets right here. So you've got the general tab and you've got the profile tab. In the general, you can select your language. So you can use your system default, your PC. You've got English, or you've got, I think that's Chinese. If it's not, who knows, whatever. It's some form of other language, bruv. Then you got your theme. You can either have light or dark. Then we switch on over to profile. So this is just going to list all the details that you gave it when you were signing up. You've got your name there, you've got your email, phone number. Then you've got, if you really want to, read all the terms of use and the privacy policy, don't ask me why you would, but you can read it there. And then lastly, you've got the option to delete your account. So that's all of that stuff. When we go down, you can delete all of your chats if you want to for whatever reason. Then you have a contact us section. So if you need any support, they've got an FAQ. You can chat with the DeepSeek model. You can check the service status of DeepSeek. And then, yeah, that's pretty much all that. It's just support. That's all the basic stuff. Let's get into, let me get out of this. Let's get into actually how to use DeepSeek. All right, so as you can see, we've already said hi in the chat, and my boy DeepSeek has responded saying, hello, how can I assist you today, right? So what I want to do, first of all, I want to show you guys what model are you using right now, and it should reply saying that it's currently using the DeepSeekV3 model. And real quick, while it's doing that, I want to explain the DeepSeekV3 model, like the base model that you guys will be using before you enable anything or disable anything or change any settings, is basically just going to be the model that the model that does not explain how it's getting to the destination or how it's getting the answer. So if you ask, for example, does 2 + 2 = 4, right? It's just going to say, yes, it equals 4. Now, if you enable down at the bottom here, DeepThink R1, which is what I'm going to show an example of next, what it will do is that it'll basically question itself on how it got to the answer. So again, if you ask, does 2 + 2 = 4? Yes, it'll end up saying that 2 + 2 does equal 4, but it'll say all the steps that it took to get there. So it might say, well, 2 equals this, and another 2 equals this. And if you join these two, you know what I'm saying? So it'll basically explain how it got to the answer that it's giving you. So let's give an example right here. Let's just say, let's say, does 2 + 2 = 4? Does 2 + 2 = 4? And let's see what it says. So it should, even though I'm not sure how many steps of thinking you could possibly have to get the answer for this, it should show you the steps that it took to actually get there. While we're doing that, we're going to explain the other buttons here. So you can see in the bottom, it says search. This, like it says, it basically enables DeepSeek to have the ability to scour the internet and draw from different pieces of information, I guess. So it could search articles, it could search through social media and stuff like that. Whatever information that it's able to find, it'll basically combine that all into one big pool of information. And while I'm saying that, I should also probably mention DeepSeek is extremely over bloated right now, I guess is the word. So it's extremely busy. There's a lot of traffic, and because of that, a lot of the time you might get an error saying the server is busy, please try again later. This is especially prevalent when you're using DeepThink R1 model. If you're not going to use that and you're just using the base level, it doesn't happen as much, but it will happen here and there. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to wait, because there's no other way around this, unless, like I mentioned before, if you were to download and install it locally, then you wouldn't really have to deal with this. So until DeepSeek, I guess, do some nerds to like increase the server capacity or something like that, everybody has to deal with this unless they're able to install it locally and use it that way. So we are literally just going to wait a little bit here. It's the same as what you guys would have to do if you're in the same position. And once we've waited a little bit, we can click the button here that says regenerate. To the left of that, there's also a button if you want to copy the answer, or if you want to copy your own text, your own prompt, you can click copy right there. You can edit the message. You also have two options, which is like and dislike. So if I don't like the fact that the server is busy, let me just click dislike. You can put whatever feedback you want to put. Obviously, I'm never going to use that. Who really cares? But let me just wait here, and I'll click regenerate in a second, and hopefully we can get back to it. By the way, guys, real quick, while I'm still waiting 300 centuries here for this to start working, I thought I should mention something pretty important as well. So I actually didn't pick the best time for me to record this video, and the reason why that is because it's kind of self-explanatory. DeepSeek was obviously made by a Chinese company, and because of that, the mass amount of users, the main amount of users, still not working, the main amount of users is actually within China, right? So right now in China, it's about midday, okay? Which means there's going to be tons and tons of people that are on the platform, massive traffic on the server, and it's just congesting everything, right? But if you were to wait and kind of go in the opposite time zone to China, so say, for example, right now it's like 1 a.m. or midnight in China, when there weren't that many people on, then you increase the likelihood that all of your messages will obviously go through using DeepThink R1. Now, like I said before, you're not going to have as much of an issue if you have this disabled, but if you do want it to show the reasoning and you want to see the steps of how it got to the answers, then yeah, I would just advise that you guys kind of use it at a time when it's opposite to Chinese users. So just to move this along real quick, I ended up moving to a different account. Sometimes, guys, if it's not working for one account, you can switch between different Gmails or different accounts that you've created, and it'll work on some accounts and it won't work on others. So if it's not working for you, then try that out. Anyway, I moved to a different account and it ended up working. So I said the exact same question. I said, does 2 + 2 = 4? And remember, this is me demonstrating DeepThink R1. So as you can see, all of the text that's in gray here, this is all of the reasoning that the bot goes to, or that the AI goes to before spitting out its answer. So it says all this, all right, the user asked this, I should confirm the answer, is there any context? So like I said, it takes into account the whole conversation up until this point, double checking, and then once it's happy with, I guess, all of its reasoning, it then spits out the answer and it says, yes, 2 + 2 = 4, basic math checks out, whatever. So that's DeepThink R1. Let me remove this now and let me show you, demonstrate to you guys the search function. So what we're going to do with the search function is we're just going to say, let's say, when did Michael Jordan retire? And I know it might be weird, but let me put a question mark just for good grammar. The reason why we're asking this is because obviously DeepSeek wasn't trained with when, Michael Jordan retired, unless maybe the DeepSeek creators were the NBA fans or something. But I'm assuming the base version of the bot doesn't actually know when Michael Jordan retired. So what it's going to have to do is it's going to have to search the interwebs. It's going to have to look through articles and look through blog posts and just all these different sources of information in order to determine when Michael Jordan actually did retire. So if we go through here and we ask that question, what we should find is that it's searching all these different websites and sources of information in order to, so as you can see here, it says it found 30 results, and it's going to go through each of these 30 results, and you can click on this actually if you want to know each one that it's going through. All of these are obviously related to our question about when Michael Jordan retired, and obviously, as you can see here, it's got different languages as well, because it's not restricted to just English, especially because it's a Chinese AI. So right here, it's going through and it's saying all of the different I guess, characteristics related to his retirement. It's got the first retirement, obviously, when he went to go play in the MLB, and then the second retirement, and it's going through all these different details. We're not going to go through it. Who really cares about the answer? That's just the search function, and with the search function as well, you can see all of the answers actually have the references right here. So if you want to know specifically what it's referring to when it's listing these answers, you can go through, okay, this was this website, okay, this was this website, cool. Even if you want to do a little bit more verification, you can open up the website and make sure that it's right yourself. So that's the search function. It's actually extremely useful. It's kind of similar to Perplexity as well. If you guys have used Perplexity, maybe I'll make a video about that soon too. So let's uncheck that, and now let's get onto the last main function, which is the ability to attach documents, okay? And this is not exclusive to text documents. You can also use images. But one thing that I want to make really clear is that when you do attach images to DeepSeek, it doesn't actually look at the whole image itself. It only extracts the text from the image. So I've got a few examples lined up for you guys right here. So we're going to open this, and you already know we got a photo of Goku as a Super Saiyan 4, and we're going to see, is it able to understand what this photo is? Are we able to ask questions based on the photo? And you can see it says it's incompatible. You can't even ask anything. If I say, who is this? It doesn't even allow me to ask it. And the reason for that is because there's no text on the image. So I'm going to show you guys a different example here. Let's just remove that. And let's give it an example where there actually is text. So this one, it's a image basically, and it says Brand Boost AI in big neon letters at the top. And you can see this one actually is compatible. So let's ask it, let's not tell it what the sign says, and let's actually says, is the sign cool? And in order for it to determine whether the sign is cool, it has to analyze the image itself, and it has to go through and see, okay, what sign is he talking about? Where is the sign? What does the sign say? What are the characteristics of the sign? So let's go through and let's click this, and it'll think for a second, and then it should be able to determine that the sign says Brand Boost AI. It should be able to determine that it's in pink neon letters, and then it should be able to spit out something based on those characteristics. Let's wait for it to load here real quick. Don't tell me that the server is busy. Don't tell me the server's busy. Okay, cool, sweet. Server's busy. Let me try it on a different account. Okay, so we went to a different account, back to the original one, and we asked the exact same question with the exact same image. We said, is the sign cool? And remember, the image we're talking about is this Brand Boost AI one. And it says, as you can see, it says the sign Brand Boost AI with the stylized bra. Okay, I'm not really happy about that acronym, but is a modern and tech-savvy which could be considered cool depending on personal taste. The design appears sleek and minimalistic, which often appeals to those who appreciate contemporary and professional aesthetics. If you're targeting a tech-oriented audience, this sign could be very effective. However, the perception of cool is subjective, so it might vary from person to person. So as you can see, the main purpose of me showing you guys this is to show that it can analyze images, but not really the visuals. It's more so the text that's within the visuals, right? As you can see with the Goku example, it wasn't even able to recognize what the image was. So that's the second example. The third example is, let's look at an actual document. So I've got a document lined up here for you guys. This is a text document. Okay, when I open this up, it just has a little bit of text. My name's Jeff. If you know, you know. Okay, so we're going to close that, and we're going to say, we're going to upload the text document, and we're going to say, what is my name? So remember, if we didn't have the text document attached to this question, it would have no idea what my name is. It wouldn't know where to go. Maybe it would guess something. Who knows? But because we've attached this text document, let's see if it's able to actually go into that text document and kind of use the context to determine that my name's Jeff. Okay? So let's say, what's my name? If you guys don't understand that reference, then I probably seem stupid as right now. Okay, so it says, based on the content of your file, your name is Jeff. Cool. So those are basically all of the main functions within DeepSeek. Obviously, there's plenty of different advanced topics that you can get into about how to, do some prompt engineering and stuff like that. But if you guys want to know how to install DeepSeek locally in order to use DeepSeek R1, I hope I wasn't getting DeepSeek R1 and DeepThink R1 confused, because it's a little bit confusing sometimes. But in order to use DeepSeek R1, you can install it and use it locally. If you guys want to know how to do that, maybe I'll drop another video. Outside of that, again, make sure you guys join the free community. If you want any want to ask me any questions, or if, you know, just want to ask about AI in general, yeah, I'll answer everything right there. If you guys do end up joining the free community as well, you'll get access to a bunch of different stuff, one of which is related to this video, so I thought I would mention it, that being the AI prompts cheat sheet. Now, this is mainly catered towards content creation like video and imagery and stuff like that, but it does include copywriting and script writing and data analysis and a bunch of different stuff. So if you guys want access to that, then join the community as well. Cool, bye.